today I'm here to talk to you about a movie called Blew My Mind. This is a movie that's been released in Switzerland. It's a Swiss-German language movie, and it is actually a debut feature by Lisa Brühlmann. I usually give you a list of actors and actresses in a movie, but in this case, two people pretty much carry this movie, so I'm going to give you their names here. That's Laemmle Wedler, that's the main person in this movie, stars as Mia, and Zoe Pastelle Holthuizen stars as Guyana. And apologies if I've just butchered her name. So this movie follows Mia, who's a 15-year-old who has just moved. It's set in Switzerland. She has just moved town. She's the new girl in school. It's very much a coming-of-age story. She's desperate to be accepted and be liked by the cool kids, by the rebellious, naughty girls. They hang about in a group, sort of few lads, few girls. And they're not the most approachable, not the friendliest, but for some reason Mia is very much drawn towards these girls and wants to be part of this group. Sets her sights on doing whatever it may take to become part of this group. Some of which is maybe not entirely the way she would normally be in life. Maybe some things are a bit naughty, a bit, you shouldn't be doing that, this sort of thing. She has an opportunity at friendship with a much nicer girl who warns her off about this particular group, but she completely ignores that and goes after this group, and especially the character Guyana, who I also mentioned there, the actress's name. She has her sights set on her. She just sees something in her that she's attracted to, that she wants to be friends with, she wants to be part of. So a lot of the movie follows this coming of age. She's entering puberty, she takes her first period. Her relationship with her parents is suffering a bit. She's becoming her own person. It is pretty much in half following a girl coming of age, the angst that she has in school with friends, with boys, with her own sexuality, with her body changes. But in the background to this movie, there is another factor at play where puberty is not the only changes in body that Mia is experiencing. I don't want to give away too much, but there are changes happening to Mia's body which are completely perplexing, confusing. She comes to believe that her parents are not her real parents because they couldn't be with the changes that's happening to her. She is fixated with finding a photograph of her mother pregnant with her, which she cannot find, and that only leads to exacerbate the quite bad relationship as it is with her parents. And her parents are really nice people, lovely people, but she's got the usual teenage angst. She thinks that they're not her parents. She's going through trying to cope with puberty, new school, friends, and also she's got this other thing going on, which brings us from a coming of age, really interesting, well acted tale into a fantasy horror sort of genre. I don't know how much really I can say about this one, how much of a synopsis people read, but the movie, if you've seen the movie Ginger Snaps, we know the changes that the young actress undergoes in that movie, and that's all centred around puberty. Puberty kicked that off. This movie's very much the same. I'm not saying it goes in the same direction as to what she is beginning to transform to. Just the case that it's a young girl, it's puberty, it's dealing with life anyway, it's being a bit of a black sheep and it's trying to work out what the hell is going on with her. I thought this movie was superb. I really love this movie. Being a debut feature, I'm seriously impressed. The cinematography in this is beautiful. The acting is phenomenal. The young actress in this one, Laemmle Glendale, that plays Mia, she just blew me away. She's amazing, a fantastic young actress. In saying that, everyone that was in this was brilliant. There was no stage where you would sit back and go, oh, there's a bit of a weak link there. No one, not from the people that have very small roles, the cursory characters, a few gentlemen that came in and out of Mia's life, her parents, the other girls within the group that weren't as big a part of the movie. Everyone, I can't complain about anyone at all. I cannot give you any negatives about this movie because I don't think there are any. I really, really enjoyed it. I'm purposely been a bit vague with what makes this fantasy horror because I don't want to give anything away. When I went into this, I didn't know that much about it. I like going into my movies like this, and I suggest you go into your movie like this one as well. I've kind of give away enough that you don't need to know any more than what I've told you already. It's not going to appeal to everyone. It's not going to appeal to people that want outrageous effects, that want gore, that want like stuff happening all the time. This is a slow burn. I say that in a good way. This really gets us into Mia's head. It really has us understand her relationship with her parents, how she's feeling inside, her desperation to fit in with her peers, chances and stupid things that she does to impress her friends. And we've all been there. We've all been that teenager, and I certainly related to her watching it. Obviously my teens were a long time ago, but I still remember that desperation to fit in with your friends and how all-consuming that is. And as adults we look back and think, that's not what it's about, but when you're a teenager that's all that matters, and that very much translates here. She makes some really bad decisions to fit in, and I think we've all been there. But this movie, even without the other elements, I would have enjoyed, but when you add the horror fantasy element to it that we have here, outstanding. Really, really good. I can't say enough good things about this movie. I really enjoyed it. I would recommend you watch it. It may appeal more to a female audience than male. I don't know why. I just feel that you can relate more to the character and the situations, and it may just appeal more to women out there, but it is a fantastic little movie. Slow, but it needs to be, to put you in the frame of mind that you're in watching what happens to this young girl. So without wittering on anymore, if I had to rate this movie, I would rate this one at a 9 out of 10, folks. I really enjoyed this. I wouldn't change anything about it. If anything, I think this run an hour 37. I could have watched up to the 2 hours to give us a little bit more after where it ended. But then where it ended, I loved. I loved where it ended, but I wanted more. And that's not saying that the movie cuts short or the movie needs to give you more. It doesn't. It certainly doesn't. I just was enjoying the story so much. I was hungry for more. So I recommend it, folks. Have any of you seen the trailers? Have you heard anything about it? It's obviously Swiss German, so it's a subtitled movie. Don't let that put you off. Let me know in the comments, does it sound like something you would enjoy? Have you checked it out? Let me know below, and I look forward to speaking to you next time.